guys, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, this is another day of Vlogmas, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my personal financial reawakenings for 2021. And you could also like to tag them lessons or financial lessons for 2021, but I chose to say financial reawakenings because they may be things I had known in the past but never really bothered about. I thought they would take care of themselves with time. And so, if this is your first time of seeing my face, my name is Pearl and it's your favorite baby mama. Please don't go anywhere. Watch this video to the very end and share to your loved ones. Yes, I know a lot of you people will be like, Pearl has come again with money talk. Money, money, money. We thought you were done with the financial videos. I only just started, okay? So, yeah, like I said, I was going to be talking to you guys or sharing with you guys my personal financial reawakenings for this year. I termed them personal financial reawakenings because I had known most of these things. In fact, I knew all of them, but just decided to sideline or just ignore them. The very first on my list will be a retirement savings plan. For someone who had worked in, should I call it an insurance company, or had dealt with people's insurances in the past. Okay, one of my previous jobs in Canada, I used to work for a company that was like an HR back office for many banks, and we handled most of their everything regarding their HR, we know their IRSPs, we know a lot of things about them, health and benefits. We help them enroll and all of that. So, and we know what companies they have what with. And I've been RRSP, all this while, RPPs, retirement pension plan, NSP, NSRP, DSPP or DSP, DPSP, designated pension. In fact, this is a shame for someone who works in insurances. If my colleagues are watching this video, please don't come at me, okay? So for someone who had worked before with that kind of stuff and is presently working for an insurance firm, I expected to do better. I'm expected to know better, but I used to think that a pension plan or a retirement plan was just overrated. Why is that? Probably because my financial background or my background knowledge with regards to this was not strong. Because I didn't come from a background in Cameroon. We didn't have a background where they were teaching us about retirement plans and all whatnot. We just know that pensioners in Cameroon, especially government pensioners, are the poorest people. After they've taken their broad pension money, the rest of the money, they don't first of all pay them. Sorry, I beg, if you please let this video not make me not to go. Well, they don't really get to pay them on time, and nothing in Cameroon is paid on time, okay? They go there and wait for years and years and years, or months and months. They go and they send them back, stand on lines. You need to see these old people when they're on lines back home, okay? So I really didn't have an idea of it, and I just felt like, that will take care of itself when I'm like 40, 50. But then I just got the reawakening that no, we obviously have to have, everybody's supposed to have a retirement plan when you start working. immediately you're 18, please start planning for retirement. And then some people just feel the money is just needed for the fact that you're going to, this was my feeling too, you're going to use it when you're retired, just to have a budget when you're retired. Oh, I may not retire anytime soon, or I may not even retire at all. That's what some people say. But the truth is that money is just so that you'll be able to live comfortably and live the kind of life you would require. Some people may, I've seen people request retirement at 50, 55, and just because they just want to have that time, or they have shorter work schedules. Like I had someone of recent who was talking to me about, she's 40 and she wants to go on be a casual worker, like, so she's just going to work in some few hours, and then she has this money. And I was like, how are you going to live? She has an emergency plan, she has a retirement plan, she has a lot, she has a tax-free savings account, and she just kept listing the stuff that she had been working and saving all through her lifetime, how she had budgeted this particular moment in her life so that she gets to take those trips without any problem, without having to crunch her account or having to say, oh, I can't take those dream trips and all whatnot. So she's going to be living her dream life now at 40, and I'm just like, with my total amount what in this life, can I live my dream life at 40? So now, as at me right now, can I live my dream life at 40? But no. Okay, but the reawakening was, I understood or got a clear opinion about a retirement savings plan, and I sprung into action this year, and I'm proud of myself. The second thing is an emergency fund. I've always felt that an emergency fund the second thing is having an emergency fund. I always felt that an emergency fund was just for me to have that maybe $1,000, $2,000 stacked up somewhere. That was a bad idea, opinion about an emergency fund. Or even just if it wants to be too much, $5,000 stacked up somewhere. The truth about an emergency fund, look at the situation of COVID-19 in 2020. A lot of people were financially stable at that time, and financially stable means they had built an emergency fund over time, and they had probably like 20,000 Canadian dollars. We're not bothered about the pandemic. They were not bothered about the backlash, and just for the fact that this is the first time we're ever having a world pandemic, but there have obviously been recessions that come and go. I know about, is it a 2008 or is it 2009 recession that affected Canada and the US? I think it's 2008. So imagine you are living in a situation where there is a recession. Even the banks will not be given loans. They will be scared to give loans because they too will be affected. Okay, so an emergency plan should be money that can sustain you when you lose a job. My friend told me of recent that he lost his job during the recession year in Canada and was unable to get another job for another 1 year. My best question was, how was he surviving? Did he have an emergency fund? Like, how did you survive? Okay, so those are the kind of questions you should ask yourself. Can your emergency fund sustain you during a period of utmost lack, no income coming in? Can it pay your bills and still make you live the life you used to live before that downtime in your life? Like before probably you lose your job or something of that sort, or you lose part of your income. Like you should be able to live on the same way you were living, the same amount of livelihood you sustained before. If you lose your income, or even 15% of it, or if there's another global pandemic, or even there's another national pandemic, if at all there'll be a national pandemic, because the pandemic is not going anywhere. It has come to stay, okay? Yes, it has come to stay. And also, if there's a recession, or if there's just something that comes up, how are you going to deal with it, okay? The next reawakening was multiple streams of income. I know a couple of people will be like, I started YouTube as one of my multiple streams of income. Yes, I started YouTube as one of my multiple streams of income. I'm somebody who likes talking to people and likes being knowledgeable about things and sharing information. So I thought, why not YouTube? That's another stream of income. It's going to come with time, but it's going to be it's not readily money. But then I had to build other streams of income to be able to spread my reliance on income to different streams. Okay, so this must not just be a lot of jobs, maybe not be keeping 2 jobs, but having some side hustles that can contribute to your livelihood, okay, can be added in your budgeting. So that was one thing I did this year, YouTube just being one of them. And I'm so proud of myself because I used to feel that multiple streams of income is so much of a headache, okay, or just having so many side hustles. See, they say jack of all, master of none. We will be jack of alls and master of alls on this channel, okay? We'll be jack of all and master of alls in this life. There is no leaving anybody behind. So that was another thing I learned, multiple streams of income, to be able to spread my reliance on income to different streams, my reliance on my livelihood to different streams of income. The next thing is your debts are flexible and negotiable. This is something a lot of people don't like to hear because they feel that financial stability is being debt-free. During the pandemic, a lot of banks, a lot of collection companies were giving options or letting us know these options that had already been in place before, that we could defer our loans or our debts, or we could probably have an arrangement on how these debts are going to be paid, probably paying $10, $20, $30, $40 as it goes. And I know that student loans were being deferred for non-payment for some time. Even what they call them, mortgages, were being deferred for some time for non-payment, or even if you don't pay between this, I think it was about a year period of time, 1 year time, if you don't pay a certain amount, just like that. I know, but there have been those options even before the pandemic, but we didn't make good use of them. So don't depend on being debt-free. Yes, debt-free is moving towards it, but just know that you can always converse on how to reduce these debt payments, so that it should also allow you to be able to build emergency funds, build some other kind of savings too, also contribute to your retirement plans, so you'll be able to live that sustainable life that you've always wished for. Okay, the next thing I learned and I so much appreciate was it's more important to build a financial stability than being debt-free. So this is just covering up on the previous one, okay? See, being debt-free is one thing, it's nice, but also being financially stable, being able to afford your meals, being able to live a comfortable life without wanting or asking from other people is something that is very important. So it's much more important than paying off a debt. I guess there are people who paid off 20,000 in debts and were regretting when something happened, and they were like, probably the pandemic or even a recession, and they're like, I wish I had not paid all that 20,000 I had saved all up to be debt free. Yes, you can be paying your debts at the same time trying to be financially stable. So prioritize your financial stability over being debt free. A lot of people come and attack me, but that is my notion, and I guess a lot of financial advisors will tell you this. Pay your debts, be consistent with them, but at the same time prioritize your financial stability, okay? The next thing I learned is be flexible with your with your money plan or your budget, okay? Don't set it and just forget it. There should be changes, there should be adjustments. Probably there should be things that you just come and throw in, okay? There should be sometime around the end of this year, I think in September, I started the monthly savings plans. I had my other savings plans, but I just threw in the monthly savings plans that I'm like, oh, in 30 days I want to save $500. In these days I want to save $1,000. In these days, because I felt like I needed to build my emergency fund. Okay? And in the future, it's going to help me. Just those spontaneous adding up to my budget, my plan, my financial plan, or like taking off some things will really assist me financially, or getting to that level of financial stability, or maintaining my financial stability. Okay, the last thing I learned, and it's not the least, or I had a reawakening about, is be flexible with your life plans. And this, I put this the funny thing is, I had known this, but sometime this year I had the reawakening and I was already getting okay with that. But still, this my friend who spoke about the 2008-2009 recession in Canada. I was having a chat with him the other day, and then he said, you can decide to move to, okay, because there are provinces in Canada like Yellowknife and Nunavut that are no-go zones for some people. Okay, it's pretty cold out there, it's somehow isolated. They're not provinces, those are territories. Yellowknife, that's the Northwest Territory, and Nunavut should also be a territory, right? I don't know. Yeah, but I know Yellowknife is in the Northwest Territory. I don't know if Nunavut is a territory. You can't. Nunavut should be a territory, or should be a province. Please don't come to me, I beg. I know that there are 10 provinces in Canada, and is it 2 territories? Avoid me. Yes, so those areas, a lot of people don't like going there because they are very cold and somehow isolated. But best believe me, their governments pay way higher. Okay, and those jobs there are a lot of people, there are a lot of jobs they're looking for people, a lot of openings. And if you go to those places, there are less expenditures. So and he was telling me, oh, you can move to that place, and I started giving him an excuse. I'm like, I have AJ, I can't move to that place. Imagine if I was sending AJ back home to Africa, or if I had someone to stay over here with AJ, probably rent a smaller place for them, and then move over there, like block my life for like 1 year, work, save up, whilst living probably in like a $500 room or a $300. You can even, best believe me, you see a $400 room in somebody's house. Then just save up every extra money I'm earning, you know, and just come up after that. You can use that, probably pay for a down payment to a house. I know a lot of people do that. I know a Cameroonian living in a city setting that moved over there, but left his family in the city setting, but moved over there to work. Okay, his wife is working this way, the kids are going to school here, but he decided to pick up a job that it was more high paying than what he is. So those are life plans that just come. You just have to research yourself. My friend was saying that to me. He didn't actually mean I should go there, but he was just giving me those kind of options, like you should always be ready in your life to make some changes. Okay, and I really feel that a lot of us are not flexible with our life plans. Maybe you may just have to move, probably like move out of your comfort zone, move your house, move out of where you have friends and families. I made a very difficult decision in my life in the year 2020, just before the pandemic hit, to move away from like where I had a lot of attachments after moving to Canada, that is Toronto, to move over here. But why was I moving here? Life was cheaper here. I didn't really know a lot of people. I had just the family that I knew as at the time that were living here. Then I came to know other people when I got here. But even with that, my life has experienced a serious shift and changed since I moved over here. So those are the kind of things we encourage people to do. Those life changes, don't be scared of taking them. Don't be scared of making those moves. They are very important. And these are the tips or personal financial reawakenings I had in this year 2021. I'm looking forward with a lot of excitement to 2022. And I do hope you are too, okay? So we've come to the end of this very amazing video, and if you really loved it, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. And I do hope that you've also learned a lot from this video, and we're all looking forward to 2022, where we are going to chat up about how it was in 2022 and how these reawakenings I told you about were able to make your 2022 financial year better. Okay, and do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to share with your family members, friends, loved ones, and even your enemies. Okay, they too need to have financial sustainability. They too need to be financially free and just have that cool life that we all hope and envisage for ourselves. And also do not forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. Until next time, it's your favorite baby mama.